Pfizer needs to answer some questions tonight. How long did it know its new Chinese virus vaccine is 90% effective, as they say? Everyone will admit, if this news came out last Monday and not today, President Trump would not find himself in the precarious position he is in. In fact, he would have most certainly soared to victory, even in spite of the widespread election fraud that I am still confident will be rooted out. But why should anyone be surprised by all of this and the curious timing of Pfizer's announcement? This is playing out just as we predicted here on Stinchfield. With the election behind us, the media is now declaring the Chinese virus will soon be wiped out with this vaccine. Lives will be saved along with the global economy. Even the Biden campaign threw out all social distancing rules for their sham of a victory speech this weekend. People ditched their cars. Some ditched their masks as well.
Donald Trump back to Florida. We don't want him in New York.
Well, of course, that's Senator Chuck Schumer. You see, post-election, all is well, as even Senator Schumer ditches the social distancing recommendations, proving they were never serious about the dangers. But here's the reality. If it were not for President Trump and his determination in pushing Operation Warp Speed on the drug companies, the vaccine would still be months away. Pfizer owed it to the president to announce this terrific news before the election. He deserved that at the least. Instead, they apparently sat on the news. Pfizer's silence helped to sink the president on Election Day. So did Dr. Fauci's along the way as well.
We would be giving vaccine to people very likely before the end of this year. That is good news.
Yeah, good news, right? He says. How much did Fauci know before all this as well? So the Democrats celebrate Joe Biden and his current position. But beyond that, there isn't much for them to cheer about. It is the Democrats that are sinking, by the way, and their party is in absolute disarray, and we can thank the president for that, too. The Democrats lost seats in the House of Representatives. They failed to take back the Senate, which means they will have less power in Congress than they do now. Republicans hold the majority in 31 state legislatures. That is important for so many reasons, but maybe the most important being that this is a congressional redistricting year. Republican legislatures will draw the lines that will shape how Congress looks for many years to come. They'll draw those lines all in our favor. These devastating blows for the Democrats have started a civil war inside their own party as they pretend to celebrate the election of Joe Biden. Listen to Democrat Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger scold her colleagues on a House Democratic caucus call just a few days after the election.
If we are classifying Tuesday as a success from a congressional standpoint, we will get torn apart in 2022.
Well, think about it. The Democrats are the party of the defund the police movement. That backfired on them. They are the party of socialism. That backfired on them. And as Spanberger points out, let the inter-party war begin.
We need to not ever use the word socialist or socialism ever again. Because while people think it doesn't matter, it does matter. And we lost good members because of that.
Pointing fingers and telling each other what to do, it deepens the division in the party, and it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible to pour gasoline on these already very delicate tensions in the party.
All right, we could sit back and watch them go at each other. We need to use these deep divisions against them. A divided foe is far easier to conquer. The Democrats are most certainly divided and are in disarray. We must give President Trump credit for that. He exposed the Democrats for what they are. He exposed the media as the liars and the shills that they are. And the president has taught Republicans how to finally fight. He may not have won yet, but he has given us many victories with, I promise you, more to come, which is why you cannot count him out yet. The legal battles will play a role. They are important. So could possible recounts in states like Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and possibly Georgia. But make no mistake, the media does not decide who the president-elect is. The people do. And we must be sure legitimate voters have spoken. Not dead voters, not manufactured voters, but legitimate and lawful voters.